Alright fam, so if y'all are new to the channel or just swinging in here and are checking out just how to set up Gaia for your first initial grow or whatnot, this is stemming off the last video that I ran for my grow series on the Kongzilla. If you go back in the channel there, I'm going to end up grouping them all together and running a series on it so it's easier to find for new viewers coming in. That way you can reference things. But this is the pre-amended soil. This is from the HP organic compressed pack that comes from Home Depot. It's $20 for 2 cubic feet bags, basically pressed into one, which roughly gives you about, it's not exact, but it's about 20 gallons of soil. I've been using that for quite some time. This one I did not put, I didn't put any extra perlite in it. I just added, whoa. Can't be having that. Goodness, powdery mess everywhere. This one I did not add any extra perlite to, and the only difference between the HP Pro Mix and this Pro Mix is it's more of a cocoa base versus peat moss. So it's a little better for seedlings, and it holds a lot more moisture for a little longer, in my opinion. I'm gonna be putting this in the 15-gallon grow pots that Viva Sun sent me, and I think I found a solution for getting air to the bottom of those, so super excited about that. But I want to go ahead and get into this. So this is roughly 15 gallons of soil that's left here, maybe a little shy, but you know, whatever. Anyway, a lot of people out there aren't really sure how to go with Gaia Green. They look up Mr. Canucks grows and they kind of run with it, and I don't know, it's kind of a bit of a process that most people don't realize. There's a little more to it. You're growing in cocoa or Pro Mix, which is a little different than living soil. A lot of people also don't take in the fact that your roots end up taking up quite a bit of space in your pots. I know you start with the same amount of soil, but throughout the grow, your soil fills up, your pots fill up, and the soil is no longer the entire mass. So you got to use a little common sense so you don't burn your plants up, and some general math. Pretty much it. Maybe I mean, I'm not a perfect Gaia Green grower, so don't take it like I'm giving you the Bible here on it or anything, but I'm just showing you guys how I set it up initially for my own runs, and obviously y'all can see the results from it. Like I said, I've been using this for quite some time. So basically I got 15 gallons here. My first initial blend, because I have not added alfalfa meal to this, because I was, in the past I've added it, and I overdid it, just to be blunt. So this run, I literally just want to use the Gaia nutrients, like I was saying, as a comparison to the green rush over there that we're doing for the Kongzilla. The reason for that is I got a basic amendment using the same soil base with the worm castings and the oyster shell flour that I added to it. So it's the same amount for both pots, right? We're just gonna change that out and run the Gaia Green instead of the green rush in this one. Obviously it's gonna be a different light and all that, but basis wise, like I said, I got about 15 gallons here. So on the all-purpose for the 444, I'm gonna run 70% of my mix. When I say 70%, I'm taking 70% of 15 gallons, which is roughly 10.5. It's 3 tablespoons per gallon of medium is what Gaia calls for, right? God dang it. Anyway, so I'm gonna do 70% of that for my initial run, and then after this I'm gonna break down my top dressing, and I'm gonna top feed it 50% of the pail, which I'll get into that later. But so I'm gonna take 70%. If you take 70% of the 15, that gives you 10.5 gallons, and then it's 3 tablespoons, so you're looking at like a little over a cup and a quarter of 444 that you're gonna put in here. I don't necessarily do it exact, and truth be told, for y'all, this is powdery crap, so if you've never played with it before, be gentle with it, because good lord, it goes all over. So right here I got a little over a cup and a quarter, which, like I said, I've been dealing with it for a while. I'm just gonna spread this out right here. Again, we got worm castings and straight oyster shell flour in here with the Pro Mix, which comes with lime and some other fertilizers already in it, just like the HP Pro Mix. So we're gonna do 70% of that, so it's a cup and a quarter, right? So you're in veg, you still need phosphates and potassium and things like that. So I'm gonna also put about 30% of the 284 in there just to get it kicked off. 30% of the 7 or 15 gallons is about 4.5. So you got what, 4.5 times the 3, you're like right about 17 tablespoons, which would be just under a cup. Don't quote me, I'm doing this off the top of my head. This is just a generalized basis. So again, it's 3/4. So let's just round it out. We'll do a cup in this mix, because that's going to be roughly 4.5 gallons worth to cover it. I know I confuse people with it. I've had a bunch of people talk to me about it, how I use it. Some people run it different. I don't know. I just basically have kind of adapted as I've gone through the years here. And like I said, I've done bottled newts, but I primarily use, I like organic. I get better smoke out of it. It's not as abrasive. Granted, I will say that using bottled newts seems to give you massive buds and super high amounts of trichome production compared to this, but you can kind of manipulate it to like get to what you're after. So just a matter on playing with it along the way and seeing what works best for you. But again, I use a 70-30 to start, and especially with the size of that plant over there. So the catch is too, there's microbe life in this because it's already been blended, right? But I wanted to have a fast track because that spicy guava that I got in there has been sitting idle. Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I really thought about just running that Green Rush because of the results I've gotten on that Kongzilla. And I'll give y'all a sneak peek on that here. I think y'all are gonna be surprised. But like I said, I want to show y'all what you asked for. I kind of want to go over things, that way we can kind of compare things. But for all y'all that are new to growing and using Gaia, If you're just looking for a simple mix to get started, it's a great way to go. All right, fam. So we're back over here in the 4x4 Mars Hydro. For all your new guys, new subs, new gals, I got the FC 4800 over here. Super good light, covers 4x4 well, super powerful. Happy with it. One of the better lights that I've had. I made the switch from Spider Farmer and was thoroughly impressed with it. I've had this light for about 3 years now, so and gotten some hellacious crops off it. But we are venturing out. If y'all hadn't seen it yet, I got some just did an unboxing on the Viva Sun. Super impressed with that. But anyway, back to it here. Look, fam. So I got the air pots, right? From Chris over there. Sent me that 44, which is, or 45 gallon, which is huge. So I realized that I needed a riser for this dang fabric pot here. And look, it's perfect. Airflow, keep it up off the ground. Ta-da! Just cut the square out, y'all. That way I got a riser for it. We can get air to the bottom. That way it's not sitting all laggy in the bottom there. But I'm super excited about that. It fit perfect. But we're gonna go ahead and get this soil in here and get, oh good Lord. Got trim cans everywhere. Trim trays. Yeah, use baking sheets for it. You end up getting a pound or plus off a plant. You kinda y'all know, some of y'all know. Anyway, let's get this soil set up in here. All right, so I realize this looks a little short, right? But we gotta have some room for the pot to fill in and push out. And you also gotta leave space in here so that way when you top dress or top feed, you got enough room to add either soil on top of it or just blend in your Gaia. So I like to leave a little bit of space in here because you end up adding quite a bit throughout the grow, depending on how long you grow your plant. So as you can see, she's ready for a new pot for sure. Alright, so once we got you transplanted there, just want to show you all this for all you newbies. Well, I shouldn't say newbies, I apologize, that's rude. All you new grummies that are new to the mix here. I usually run a 5 gallon pail over here. I got the air bubbler in there to dechlorinate. I just use tap water. It provides calcium and some extra minerals out of the water. Well, what's left after it's obviously treated, because it's just coming out the tap and we live in the city. So anyway, I use that typically, but when I'm in a pinch, because it still smells like chlorine and it's only been bubbling for like, I don't know, a day, I like to run it about 48 hours before I even attempt to use it, just to make sure all the chlorine's out of it. I will use a good source bottled water that is here in our area, which is Deer Park. Just so everybody knows, it typically ranges from 5.7 to 5.9 on a pH. So it's like good to go right out the bottle. So anyway, when I'm in a pinch, I'll use that. Again, I'm not gonna like soak the mess out of this. I just wanna make sure I spray it down. That way the soil can kind of get activated and that Gaia can start getting broke down by the microbes here. Plus she's thirsty. She's been in that small pot for a minute. So I'm gonna soak the top just like I did on the other one, and gonna get a little bit on there. We'll come back here in a day or like next day and make sure that water over there is saturated, like good to go with the dechlorination. God, I can't even talk. Long day, it's cool. But anyway, we're gonna get this situated just so it's got something to have a drink with tonight. And then I'm gonna come back in here with probably another gallon tomorrow and hit it again. And we're gonna make sure it's saturated down and all the way through, so we can get no dry spots and them roots can reach out, get spreading out so she can grow. Gaia takes about 5 days, 3 to 5 days to start breaking down good in the soil, and we'll run about 3 weeks for you. So definitely a good thing for people A, just starting out, and B, if you don't have a lot of time but you want to grow, it's a good organic way to grow. All right, fam. Well, there she is, fam. So we got her transferred out. This is the spicy guava, and 15 gallon fabric pot. Left some space, keep her low, and also gave myself some room to add the Gaia along the way here. So we will see. But man, she got some catching up to do. These plants are the same exact age as far as growth goes, but obviously the spicy's been a little bit delayed just based on the fact I didn't transplant her. But she is in there, she's all set. I'm excited to see how this goes, and just to give a little comparison for the moment here, it's gonna be a big difference, huh? Man, that Kong is taking off, y'all. Got some space to the light still, that's good. So I'm gonna do these different this time too. I'm gonna run them 60 days instead of the 84 I always do. I'm also not gonna net. I'm gonna wait till about 2 weeks out from flipping them to flower, a few weeks out, start adding some silica to it to stiffen them up, and just let them grow naturally. I may top. I'm not 100% sure yet on that, but we'll play that one by ear. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. I again got some great feedback from y'all on the excitement on seeing this. We're gonna do an actual comparison grow next time we get into this. I'm gonna cut clones off both of these, clone them out, see what we got, and definitely see a true light controlled test. The cool part is I got the 2 lights over here in that Viva Sun. So what I actually was thinking about was, after I got done with the grow series on this Kongzilla, maybe taking one of these lights and just putting them in each tent, running the same pots, and running the same strain, so that way there's no variable, you know what I mean? That'd be kind of cool. I'd like to see that. But anyway, I think that's gonna about do it for me. Appreciate y'all as always. Much love. Stay tuned, give you guys the update, let it get to growing. Catch y'all on the next one. Till then, as always, peace, fam.